Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Battle Angel Alita, Last Order, Volume 11. Oh, I forgot to highlight it this time. Anyways, 11's, I believe, was just her in some water, so I'm not sure what that entails. Perhaps, like, because the surface is in danger, perhaps after being fixed up, she'll be sent down? Or perhaps this is going to be Brain Alita. Like, it's possible that brain's just going to be used by Destinova from now on. But I doubt that. I feel like that has to be Alita at some point. In which case, I really do want to see the idea I came up with last time, where she's been reset to where she was at the very end of the main series, or the first series. There's so much they could do right now. I am so excited. All right, let's get right into this. It's not like it did for you. We had an old score to settle. Okay. I do like that is a consistent character quirk with him. He chews ice. You may get better results than expected. Yeah, like they've so many crazy things have happened so far in the Zots. So, like looking at this from the perspective of Mumbadi as a main character, I think he's done really well so far. Like, can't complain. I did promise that Brad Zex at the spur of the moment. All right, he's got to be there. Space Karate Forces versus... Oh, never mind. It's not that yet. So it's Space Karate Forces versus Anomaly. Anomaly was the creature / potentially group that, like, all we saw was that there was an explosion, and Anomaly survived. And the Space Karate Forces, I haven't really cared about them very much, but now that I know that Zeka is part of them, or he's going to fight with them for now, like, that is very exciting. Okay, so it's not just one of them. They're all big monsters. Oh, okay. And so, like, the team's based on Anomaly, but... no, never mind. I thought they meant, like, the Anomaly team was full of monsters, but no, they just meant, like, Block B was full of giants, like, just full of people who were real big. Which, fair enough. So, okay, I guess Anomaly might just be one person then, or one being. I mean, I assume it's gotta be a person, right? We haven't had non-humans in the series at all. Like, we've had humans that could be considered non-human, but we haven't had, like, you know, sentient monsters. So, like, this has to be a cyborg. Well, the great Karateka Zeka joined the fray. Okay, so the Karateka have been joining for, like, years upon years. I imagine they must have a, like, an asteroid base somewhere. And so every time the Zot happens, they go there to try and make that asteroid a colony. God damn, okay. So, when they said libido cannon, I assumed it was more of a general, like, the libido is the source of energy. You know, like, it's that general lust in the sense of, like, that is the human drive. That is the energy. No. It's very literally a libido cannon. Like, I try not to curse as much as usual in my reactions, but this is, I mean, it's not even a curse word. This is a penis. It's just a penis. My God. And that grin, too. Or, like, not even a grin, just, like, bared teeth. This is the definition of libido. An electromagnetic roundhouse block. As I said, I think when the Zot started, if more martial arts were like this, like, if the WWE added in, like, CGI effects, I would be so much more into it. I love the idea of just supernatural combat that isn't, like, that doesn't necessarily result in death. Like, just a competition where everyone is superpowered. I think that's so cool. Super Electro Punch Down. Oh, God. That's not it, though. There's no way that took it down. My founding master's arch rival. Okay, so, like, Zeka... Actually, no. Zeka may have been part of the clan, but, like, maybe it was when they had a different master. And now the, the people from Zeka's era are now, like, the new masters. And Zeka was the one who was like, no, I don't care about this. I want to follow my own path of manly martial arts. The power to smash entire planets in half. It goes beyond Newtonian mechanics, is on the level of the theory of relativity. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what that means either. That is interesting, though, to bring up. Like that combined with his whole thing about moving at supersonic speed while standing still. I'm sure there's some sort of, like, there's got to be a real explanation for how that ties into the powers we've seen so far. for karatekas and by karatekas. Planet Karate. Okay, that is really cool. That's actually super interesting. I am Dr. Supernova. Nice to meet you. Okay. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I thought the commentary box was already like in my top 10, maybe like top 5, maybe top 3 favorite like fictional commentaries during a series. Like it blows things like Dragon Ball out of the water, and I thought the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z narrator, or not narrator, like the tournament announcer, I thought that was amazing. But man, this is, and now we have Supernova here too. Like it keeps getting better. It really does. Oh boy, actually, I keep bringing up the live action Alita. If Nova ends up in there, which I mean he has to, right? Like maybe not as like a final boss or anything, but I feel like they'll have to at least hint at him as the one who created like so many of the problems she's gonna have to face. If that happens, I desperately want them to do a like an in-character Dr. Nova, or not Dr. Nova, Destinova commentary. That's all I want. I need a Destinova actor who can just play Destinova for 2 hours straight during the commentary. Okay, well, Alita's dead. Professor, Supernova was given honorary doctorates. Okay, huh. Good to know, I guess. So, he's literally a doctor. Like, he has a doctorate now. But normal Nova cannot call himself a doctor. That's kind of great. He is really just driving the nail deeper in. Oh, Portanova, is he still okay? Like, is he still salvageable? Or is this just showing that he's dead? Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so that previous one had a nuclear fusion bomb blast. First of all, that I was not expecting that from, like, the scale of this arena. Like, it's big, but I didn't think it was that big. And then, my god. Like, this has to be some sort of, like, bioorganic monster, then. Okay, no, nanomachine cells, like the Berserker body. And that's not even, like, it's not part of one of the two teams that is rigged to win. So, why is this, like, who could have made this is the thing. Not why is it here. We know why it's here. It's because Embody, like, put in so many crazy things to try and get them all in one area to, you know, take care of them. So, of course, you would want the Anomaly to be here. Oh. God damn. The doctor's not here to know the meaning of indomitable. Indomitable doesn't mean never having been broken. It denotes one who stands up even after being broken. Oh my god, Toji. My god. Anomaly, just stay down. God. Also, like, I thought it was phallic before. This is extremely phallic. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a prude. I just wanted to point that out because I don't know why I wanted to point it out, actually. It's very apparent. Even if you're watching this in 240p, I can't imagine you can't tell what this is. Oh, okay. So every time he strikes him with a kinetic force, Anomaly will just get stronger. Or, like, it'll survive and it'll use that energy to regenerate. You'll come face to face where we vowed to meet in the finals. This is so hot-blooded. Anomaly fires its libido cannon at point blank range. Wow. It's a spiteful character, a slap in the face to mankind. Pride, greed, combat ability, and all of us powerless against this Freudian nightmare. Have we no choice but to accept its dictates? I want to save this page specifically. It is, this is beautiful. I'm going to copy that to my clipboard right now. Express its essence in one word, folly. Oh my god. I did not expect this arc to be this good, or this fight to be this good. Mercurius, okay. So I guess they renamed it. Entire surface became gray goo due to runaway nanomachines. Okay, huh. Well then. That's interesting. Because we're bringing it up now, I have to assume it's connected in some way to it, then. Like, is it the sexual rage of an entire planet, perhaps? We'll see. This is a insanely good looking 2-page spread. Like, I keep on talking about the duality between Alita and Zex because, like, Zex has been like, he's such a good character, and I've been falling in love with him more and more and more throughout the series. And this is such a good 2-page spread. I'm gonna have to save this as well. What an insane idea. A planet of death where nothing can live. How did such a place give birth? Like, did someone do this? That's the thing. Like, was it someone's intent? Or is this, like, genuinely the rage of a planet? Like, given form? All are instantly disassembled, dissolved by the rarest of seas. But what if, just as a primordial soup on primitive Earth evolved complex life forms through a series of spontaneous mutations, what if a new life form took root in an ocean of nanomachines? Here's the thing, though. How could that have possibly entered the Zot, then? And, like, clearly it's not rampaging or anything. It has a will. Like, it has some sort of intelligence, like, enough intelligence to follow the rules. This is crazy, though. Like, especially because we ended the last volume with that idea of Alita being gone. Like, her ego is completely destroyed. Her mind is broken. Like, she is the epitome of being mind broken. And now, just as, like, a spark of life appeared in the cosmos, or no, not even that, just as the first spark of energy appeared in, you know, the absolute zero of the universe prior to creation, like, just in that way, like, Alita has to revive herself. In that way, is Anomaly going to be a metaphor for Alita in this case? I think that'd be really cool if this entire match was someone who believes in Alita, someone who is, like, adamant that Alita will survive, contrasted with someone who represents, like, this raw, like, brutal force that is, like, Alita's spirit without her, like, higher emotions. Not literally, but metaphorically. Ooh, that's really cool. Like, he died on Pluto because Mabadi managed to defeat him. But, like all great final villains, he created something else. He left something behind, and it was as far away from Pluto as you can get. It was on Mercury. Oh my god. This is so cool, too, because, like, now that we know more about Embody, like, before we knew the whole hero thing, but I thought that was kind of, like, exaggerated. That was played up a bit. But if he was a hero in the past, like, if he did great things for humanity, then, like, it's seeing, like, he is basically a fallen hero then. Like, we're seeing someone who was basically a superhero in the past, fighting, like, you know, old problems and supervillains, and, there's something just genuinely amazing about that. It's something very typical to Alita. Like, Alita has this great mix of very, like, deep, serious philosophy and an art style that is very realistic, combined with very, like, crazy stuff. Stuff I would imagine from, like, the golden age of comics. Stuff that is just, like, vibrant and inventive. And, like, you can buy into it. You can believe it. But at the same time, it feels like anything can happen. And I don't know if we're going to follow down that path. I could be just, you know, completely going off on the wrong tangent here, but I think that's kind of what they're doing with Mumbadi. Like, they're showing that, yeah, like, this really is a former hero turned villain, sort of, having to fight bigger villains to protect Earth, in a way. Vaguely. An alien takeover. What a quaint idea. So, maybe it's like half and half. Like, maybe it did evolve randomly, but it took up some information that was planted there. Like the whole sexual desire thing. Like, maybe it was given this, like, a single directive, but everything else really did evolve. It eats, it mates, it butchers. Also, I can't get over how good Jack is as an announcer. I love him so much. What a great reaction face. I might cut this out, actually. Like, let's save this in my photo folder. I might cut this out and paste it in the corner. God. But yeah, this is, I believe the term here is called a mushroom slap. That is, wow. Whom we can tentatively call Mercurians might be trying to make contact to reach out to humankinds. Okay. I could see that, actually. Like, was this rigged? Is this something that Embody came up with? Like, to take someone, like, to speak to something that is this pure instinctual, like, bundle of feelings. The best thing to do would be to send in someone who practices a martial art, someone who has honed his feelings down to a blade almost. Someone who can speak the language of movement or physical violence. But oh wait, never mind. He's not talking about him. He's talking about Zeka. Like, if Toji can do it, then Zeka absolutely can. Like, that was the whole thing with Zeka's introduction, the whole manliness thing. Like, if anyone can fight off a living personification of fighting and penis and like battle, like all those deeply angrily masculine things, it would be Zeka, because Zeka is, as I said last time, the peak of what did I say? He's like the epitome of toxic masculinity. All right. Oof. He stopped the battering ram with a beer bottle, which, like, he had to have negated all of that force. Like, it's not as simple as, you know, the bottle absorbed the impact. No, like, he had to absorb the impact so that the bottle didn't shatter. Oh, right in the pee hole. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Karate is a science of destruction, a philosophy of killing. Yeah, like, I don't believe that, obviously. Martial arts are designed, if I had to explain what I believe martial arts are, I would say they're like a philosophy of using the human body. Like, I haven't actually studied any martial arts myself, so I might be out of line in saying this. But most martial arts that I've seen have been focused around, like, a different idea of how the body should move. Like, what is the optimal way to move? What is the optimal way to do certain things? And through that, and through repeating those optimal movements over and over again, you create this, like, this very specific way of moving that isn't natural, that is artificial, but which, like, uses the natural abilities of the human body to their greatest potential. And so I think that would be very different from Zeka's perspective, which is this idea of it being just for destruction. Like, there's a lot of people who follow martial arts who don't get into fights, or, like, who haven't fought outside of their dojo. Like, they focus entirely on just the life aspects of a martial art, of just learning how to live in the most optimal way. When we were young, we studied how to produce a supersonic punch without a shockwave, and how to produce a shockwave after impact within a foe's body. Ah. Ooh, you seek to provoke me. Okay, so he's got to show something off for the little whelp. Oh boy, okay, what is he doing? Like, he's striking his backside, so is he, like, going to try and make Anomaly choke on him? Either that, or actually, what I'm thinking is, it might be machine ki. Like, he might be filling him with so much ki that for a brief moment he'll be, like, super powerful. It is as if my entire body is turned into light. Huh? Okay. Whoa. Okay, that is exactly what I thought it was going to be, but this is not how I expected it to look. Oh my god. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Like, I do think that my color thumbnails are, you know, really, really good, but Alita has so many 2-page spreads that are so beautiful. Like, things that I would love to, like, frame on my wall or use as thumbnails. Oh man. Once I'm done with Last Order, I'm gonna have to make an entire folder of backgrounds. Just from Last Order, not even, like, counting the main series, although that had a lot of great art in it too. Yeah, Anomaly smashed to bits. However, I think Anomaly can regenerate even through that, because it's all nanomachines, right? Toji demonstrates the staying power of humans. My god. Alright, that is suitably hype. That is very suitably hype. And even if Anomaly is destroyed, at the very least, it brought in this whole idea of, hey, maybe there's something on Mercury. Ooh, Beyond Karate. Okay, that's promising. 90 years ago. Okay. So that's why, like, they're estranged, I suppose. Or maybe not that. Maybe they're estranged before that, but wow. I love this idea of a legendary clash that we'll never actually get to see. Incidentally, this probably isn't the case, but this looks kind of like it was in color before. Did Alita have color pages? Because I imagine that Viz, definitely Viz, doesn't do color pages in the middle of volumes, sadly. Not even in the digital version. It's been a long philosophical belief of mine that any manga publishing company should put in the color pages in their volumes. Because otherwise, like, it changes the entire tone of the series. Especially, like things like Dragon Ball, where it had a lot of color pages and, like, semi-color pages. Or One Piece, which has a lot of 2-page spreads that are in color that, like, add a lot to the feel of the series. I don't know if Alita is, like, the kind of series that would benefit from a lot of them. I saw quite a few, actually, in the original series, like, because Kodansha did a new translation of all of the original. like, we did see a bunch of color pages that looked really good. So, yeah, maybe Last Order does have color pages. Never mind. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I just realized that could be the case. And if that is the case, then, after I'm done the series, I might look to see if anyone has, like, raws of the color versions of some of these pages. I'm really interested to see how his coloring style progressed, because it was already incredibly good in the original series, but I feel like his art has improved quite a bit in Last Order, and I imagine his coloring must have suitably, like, changed as well. Oh, that's why one of the tubes broke. Wow, okay, that is crazy. That's also such a cool setup. I mean, I imagine that in the original series, I never counted them, but they probably did have just 11 the entire time. But that was such a cool way of reminding us that, oh, by the way, one of them is down, and then a volume later showing that, yeah, this is how it happens. It was the first instance of an individual's combat capabilities threatening national security. That is so crazy. Like, just that idea of one person being powerful enough, like, not through like normal human means, not through like being able to rally others or having dangerous knowledge, but just through physical force. That is insane. Especially in a series like Alita. Again, like in Dragon Ball, for instance, there are a couple people on Earth who are obscenely way more powerful than anyone else. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's dangerous, but it's not like, no one really treats it as a national emergency situation, even though they probably should. Whereas with Alita, because it's more grounded, like, I think it's so cool to show that, yeah, these powerful martial artists do exist, and the world has to take precautions because that's possible, because human beings can do things like this. Wait, when was I born? Okay. Suppose it's just what happens to users of Physiroid bodies. Yeah, I love this. I love this so much. Like, he's seen just how terrifying and powerful the world can be, and all he can think of is, yeah, it's so much more fun than he thought it would ever be. Oh, this is so great. Okay, so Tunpo's dead. Whoa, okay. Wait, on Mars? Huh. I'm even more excited now to see Mars. Like, I mean, I know most of this is probably in the past, right? And right now, the Parliament that is currently on Mars doesn't seem that powerful in terms of like it doesn't seem like they have a lot of martial artists or anything. But still, the idea of Mars being this place where war was invented, or like modern warfare was, I just realized what that means. God, I'm an idiot. I am so sorry. I just realized the implication of that, of Mars being the place where a battle was forged. You know, Mars, the god of war. I mean, I think I might have mentioned something like that before when it came to Panzerkunst, because they did mention that before as, like, you know, it's this powerful martial art that originated on Mars, but I didn't consider the idea of multiple martial arts all originating on Mars, because it's the place that's like, you know, I can't say anything else about it. It's too pure of a revelation. If I say any more, I'm just going to repeat myself over and over again. Alright, as your initiation, I grant you karate names. You will be Tunpo, for you will smash and swallow the world. You will be Zeka, a whirlwind to snuff any flame. What separates karate from the other martial arts? Okay, karate trains you to be superhuman. If there's no enemy, smash a rock, break a block of ice. See a bull, slay it. See a bear, slay it. The goal is skill beyond utility. Cultivate your mind beyond limits. Oh, that's so cool. And it does make sense. Like, there are a lot of other more lethal martial arts that I've heard of than, like, general karate. And like you know, Krav Maga and whatnot, and those are focused around killing people. But again, like, not talking about the battle potential of it, but just the general, like, roundedness of karate. Like, I've always considered, I already explained this, the whole thing about how, you know, it trains you to be more than human. It trains you to be optimal, and that is just magnified with cyborgs. It's so shonen, actually. Like, this idea of just going beyond. You must devise Tiger Killing Fist. You must create Dragon Slaying Method. That is such a crazy reveal. Like, that's such a quick, crazy farewell. Like, not even, here's what it is. Just no, these are the titles. These are the two things you have to make. All right, bye. Develop techniques to kill a non-existent beast and a long-extinct carnivore? What is he getting at? Oh, that's really cool, actually. Huh. I've never heard this term, but it's such a clever term. Because it sounds incredibly cool. And just like that, there are a lot of useless skills out there, or, useless. I'm sure everything has a use, but there are a lot of things that aren't very useful, but that people delve into because they sound really cool. And then after mastering them, they realize, oh, this isn't that useful. But I think that there's something very romantic about that idea of the dragon slaying method. Okay, and they both survived. And then the day came. After an endless, hellish journey, I finally did it. Ooh. Okay. It's so powerful that even just the feints were enough to kill every foe. So if I had to guess, I would imagine that Tunpo probably gave up on martial arts. He probably decided to do something else, and that's what really pissed him off. Okay, this is not what I expected. I mean, these look kind of like Buddha statues. It was a huge Buddha statue. Oh, that's so cool. That's like, it's not carved through like slicing, it's carved entirely through punches. Oh my god. They look pretty crappy, but they're robo-Buddhas, so it doesn't matter. Right, even robots are considered to have an innate Buddha nature. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is so crazy. This is so absolutely absurdly amazing. After rigorous ascetic exercises, he has attained living Buddhahood. God damn, okay. I've heard of this before. Like, humans who will, like, sit down and just meditate and then just die. And through that, like, their bodies desiccate and they become basically just mummies. And, that's considered to be living Buddhahood because they don't die. It's just like they're still praying or they've ascended. Or I think it is supposed to be just that they're still there, still meditating. Oh, and that's okay. So that's what he meant by he killed him. It wasn't a big clash. It was just he had found some sort of peace and decided, nah, you know what? I hate you. Plus, he smashed apart the asteroid with one strike. Like, it's not a planet, but like, it shows that he's not like he's not bluffing at the very least. Like, he's got the skills to back up his claims. And if he says he can smash a planet, he can't, but at the very least he can smash like a large asteroid. I was about to move on, but that actually is an interesting idea. Like, did it evaporate? Did he actually ascend? Like, is he a Buddha now? It's possible. He may have become enlightened. In Alita, I genuinely can't push that away as being a potential thing. Ooh. But our master is trying to tell us all along, Zeka. Ooh, I could see that. Huh. Okay. So, this is so cool. This is so cool. Because I do agree with what he's saying right there. Like, Zeka is very bound. Like, just as I kept bringing up toxic masculinity, like, half as a joke, but it is true. Like, the reason why it's called toxic masculinity is because it's this idea of masculinity as, like, not something that is inherent to being a man. Not something that you just have by virtue of being a man, but rather this, like, set of expectations and these things that you have to do, these, like, beliefs and not just societal expectations, but also, like, just personal ones, family ones, internal ones. This entire idea of what it means to be a man in this very, like, extreme sense that is very violent and powerful and brutal. And I can see how yeah, I could see how Tunpo may have, like, gone past that. Like, he took it not as, like, oh, I want a technique that can kill a tiger, but rather, like, here's something impossible. Like, you have to kill something that is already extinct. And through that, like, he took it like a koan. There's a book of koans I own that is incredibly good. And I believe the very start of it explains that when you read a koan, you need to think of it like swallowing a stone. Like, you don't just think about it for a bit and then push it aside. You swallow it. You hold it there for as long as you can. Just constantly thinking about it. Or if you're not consciously thinking about it, you keep coming back to it again and again. It doesn't leave the pit of your stomach until you finally, like, have enlightenment. Until you finally get that moment of, oh, I get it. I know what it's trying to say. And I think that's what he did. This moment was worth 100 years of training. You have my eternal gratitude. What a cool moment. What an absolutely cool moment. And as always, like, that's not 68, right? Let me just, yeah, 66. Are my numbers wrong? I'm sorry to ask even more of the audience, but, like, it's really strange that this is clearly supposed to be the volume extra stuff, but it's not put at the end of where the volumes are supposed to end. Like this volume 11, is supposed to end with 68, as far as I know, based on the Wikipedia page at the very least. Like if that's wrong, please tell me so I can reorder these. But I mean, they're all regular intervals of the same number of chapters, so okay, I won't dwell on it. I love dioxins. Earth last. That's my motto. Nice to meet ya. What in the world? Alita is a magical series. All right, moving on. In the name of prosperity and the glory of all humankind, good morning. This is the Jupiter System National Broadcast. All right, let's see what's going on with Jupiter then. Are we going to get these for the rest of the planets too, or are we just focusing on Jupiter for this? I guess it's just Jupiter. I mean, yeah, makes sense. The Jupiter Union delegates, like, they're supposed to win. They are one of the 2 teams that is seeded to win. And naturally, as we know before, as we've heard of before, the 2 seeded teams, of those, like, one of them always wins, and then that team always says, nah, don't want it. So that way, the Zot, like, has a prize, but they never have to actually pull the trigger and say that, yeah, we will make something a Commonwealth. I love that they also, like, now that I know that it's not it's not misgendering, that Zex really is, like, you know, he identifies as a male, and now he's straight up said he's 2 years old, and they're willing to just say, yeah, he's a 2-year-old. Like, I really like that the announcers are willing to just, like, go with the flow and accept information without, like, questioning it. That's so cool. Oh, man. Elf looks so different now that, like, she doesn't have the hair. That's the main thing. Like, the glasses aren't that different. But the hair, like, I think that's really cool, though. Like, it differentiates the 2 of them. Are there any nice clients out there? But yeah, forget about it. Don't think about Alita. Like, at this point, Zex has to win for his own sake. So, if Alita doesn't come back, then whatever, just gotta win this. Oh my gosh, I love him. My beloved cat, Chervy. This is all I've ever wanted. I want a robot cat, actually. Like, I love that idea. Like, cats are so sleek and, like, liquid-like and so fluffy and soft and then boxes are boxes. Like, it's such a combination of opposites. Oh my gosh, I want a cat box so much. I actually do have a box of tissues with a cat, like, hanging on it. So I guess that's the closest I can get to a cat box for now. Right, this might be our only chance to witness an event that changes the course of history, a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Ooh, history books aren't published without our permission. That is actually super cool. Like, even if it is a joke, first of all, I like the idea of a super blocky, serious character that tries to make jokes, but is still, like, is goofy, but you can't really tell whether he's being goofy or not, even if he goes, ha. Like, it's such a good dynamic. I love it. Oh boy, down in front. This poor guy, he made it to the Zot. He escaped being, like, spontaneously combusted, and now he can't see anything. It's exactly under the regulation limits. All right, we got the Ubernauts. Okay. Oh, that's right. It can be recovered and recycled, so it isn't counted as ammo, so you can use as much as we want. Oh, I love this. I love the idea of a group that just is a rules lawyer. Like, a group that is willing to just bend the rules and just, follow everything to the exact letter of the law in order to get the best advantages. That's so cool. Missiles raining down on Sex, leaving no line of retreats. The other 2 aren't with him at all. Like, they really did bow out, so this is crazy. It's crazy to think of this entire thing as being one-on-one now. Metallic helium warhead should do the job. Okay, so the entire point of it is just that it's environmentally friendly. Fair enough. I've always loved the idea of jumping on and off of missiles. Like, something about that is so cool, and theoretically it's possible. That's what blew my mind, was I watched a YouTube video at one point pointing out that this is kind of possible. Like, if a human being were to jump onto a missile, like, it wouldn't cause the missile to go haywire. as long as the missile is heavy enough and it's flying at the, at a correct speed. Like, the warhead is what detonates, so you could feasibly hop on a missile as it's flying midair and then hop onto another one. I mean, you can't really do it. It's not, like, very possible, but it is technically possible. Like, it's not probable, is what I should say. Oh my god, he's riding a missile. Oh my god. He's a missile rider, a daredevil of the skies. Seriously, the action that involves sex is especially amazing. Like, I like Alita's fight scenes, don't get me wrong, but I feel like hers are focused more around the the big versus small thing that seems to always happen with her. And, like, even though Zex is smaller than this giant crazy machine, I feel like the action is designed to show him as being larger. Like, it doesn't emphasize how small he is. Oh, it's being quickly filled in with mud. Right, once we're inside the arena, there are no size limits. Also, I really do like the green, healthy living sort of feel that the Jovian technology has. Like, Adobe armor, that's really cool. Oh boy, what is this fresh monstrosity? The Jupiter Mixer. Okay. Oh, because it has it has the barrier, so it won't, like, go outwards. That also means that they can affect all the air within the barrier. Oh, that's so cool. Let's just hope I make it in time. Who's this? Who is this? Based on the little chin strap here, if we zoom in. Based entirely on that, it makes me think that this is some version of Alita. Like, all the other tuned agents were destroyed, but this could either be, like, Brain Alita or, like, reconstructed Scrapyard Alita. It could be someone else. Okay, that's real good. That is... I feel like this sums up Zex really well. Failed to grab blade, but he's still there. He still took it. He broke the blade, but he failed to catch it. Oh my god, it created a replica of Jupiter within the arena. That's crazy. That is so crazy. The Jupiter Union fight song. Several stanzas a minute. I don't know. I would sing it if I knew the tune to sing it to. I don't want to just, like, warble on without a tune. Okay, what happens? I feel like the cloud's gonna clear and Zex is okay. Or maybe he even destroyed it? Okay, it was the giant Uber ball that got pulverized. Oh. Oh, I didn't think about that, but yeah, he does use spinning moves. So yeah, I guess if I were in this situation, I'd be freaked out because of the sheer scale of it. But if you think about it, like, it really is just fighting a combatant that is spinning. Like, it's no different than anyone else. It's just bigger. Oh, to burst Uber with a single punch. He really does feel like Luffy from One Piece in the way he fights sometimes. Like, he's not as goofy, I guess, but, like, the stretchiness is very Luffy-esque. It's the first super diet weight loss punch. Call it the Implosion Fist. No one's allowed to do that. It's gotta be called the super diet weight loss punch. Oh, that's so cool. Took me a good 4 years to master. And he's so old is the thing. Like, he's lived for so long. He's strained so much. I'm genuinely scared about whether Zex can beat him or not. Like, I don't think he can. I cannot imagine a way in which he can do it. He can do everything Zex can do, but better. Like, even if this were a shonen series, I would imagine this is the arc where he gets beaten, then he begs Zeka to be taken under his wing or something. I can't imagine him winning. I really don't. Oh, wow. The military tripod unit we call Voina. Oh, this is so cool. Like, it is a last boss fight. It really is. It's just you destroy one version of the boss and then it reassembles itself into a different form with a new gimmick that you have to deal with. Search and destroy everything that moves. Oh my god, that is so cool. Like, I assume they're all after images, right? Oh no, they're not. They're plasma decoys. That's actually so much cooler. Oh, like, I really want to see how this looks animated. Like, because I imagine, if I had to guess, I would imagine that the glow of his body is probably a sort of like electric blue. So he uses the boost, he turns blue, we see his body get destroyed, body, quote unquote, and then there's just a variety of him jumping out like from below. Like I can't get over how cool this is. Yeah, they basically are just flares. Oh no. Okay, how is he getting out of this one? I feel like Elfin's Wolf have to jump in now, right? Right? Oh my god, no, it's I forgot her name. But I remember who this is. I just don't remember her name. Zazie, that's right. Thank you for saying her name, dear audience, or dear mangaka. In hindsight, I probably should have thought of her when I saw the metal things here. And Voina plunges to the ground. Okay. Huh. Oh. So, I can't imagine it's just an EMP. It could be. But it has to be something highly illegal. The one thing that is highly illegal that we brought up recently was the nanomachines. So, is it... Maybe it's the nanomachine bullets. You fired Berserker cells into Voina! Oh my gosh. That's so cool. That's so cool. Like, because we have so much, like, because of Battle Angel Alita, like the original series, the audience has this firm attachment to what the Berserker cells can do. And we just had that, the whole Mercury thing. And now we're combining both of those in a way. Like, the Berserker cells were always dangerous in that sense of being able to, like, cause a Grey Goo scenario. I love it. I love that idea. That's so cool. Huh. Wait, is that real? 2,4,5-trioxin. I'm gonna quickly do that. Wait, what? Okay, so it's like a zombie meme. Oh my gosh, what a cool shot! This feels so very Warhammer 40k. Like, anytime I see a giant gun that seems super impractical, I always think of 40k. Oh, that's so cool! Oh, wow. If in case it comes to that, I'm licensed as a Class A Berserker Hunter. So that's such a clever way to destroy anything, really. Like, give it Berserker cells, let it be destroyed until it's just Berserker cells, and then if you know how to destroy Berserker cells, you just destroy those, then you're done. That is so cool. And, like, they can't say, oh, it's, it's illegal across the world, or, like, across the solar system, because they've done a lot of things in this series that have been illegal. Like, there was literally an entire contestant that was nanomachines, so I can't think that they'll be able to, like, to kick out Zazie for that. Is someone assisting them? Alright. First of all, I really do appreciate that this entire volume has been Alita light. Like, no Alita has been here. Even though we had that shot of her on the cover. Like, this could just be a metaphorical shot. But I think it's going to be the end of this chapter. I think it's going to be that, like, she's come out from the water of her mind, and now she has a new purpose. Something like that. Also, I love the idea of doing a recap in series. Like, actually showing this footage in the series itself. That's so cool. Now I have no regrets in life. Oh, Zazie. Oh, geez. Oof. And she doesn't know yet. Oh, I just realized. But that could be a good thing. Like, Alita could make her eventual return before Zazie dies. Just to give that big reveal of, hey, guess what? Who says I'm dead? Tell me what you need to tell me before you die. Alright, it's time for the final form. The last bastion of the Jupiter Union. Tunguska. Also, I like that they brought that up. Like, it's a bit lacking in terms of visual impact because we've seen so many before. Like, it's a good design. I like it. I think this would actually be a really good, like physical suit design. Like, for Ultraman or something. Like, not for an Ultraman, but, like, as a monster that Ultraman fights. But, yeah, like, it is a bit underwhelming, and I guess we're gonna see why it's not that underwhelming. Like, why it's genuinely scary. Ooh. Okay, so it is literally a war machine. Like, they put it in because they figured they might need to use it, but they didn't really think they're going to be pushed that far. Holy crap. Okay. So, I kept saying very early on that the barrier is going to eventually pop, because, like, that's what you do when there's a barrier there. You've got to do something big enough to destroy it. And with one shot of the final form, yeah, blast right through it. Blast right through the actual like the ship area, like the actual hull is what I meant to say. Like, my god. A ray beam is slicing through the crowd. Okay. That's so interesting. Like, the wormhole actually takes that limitless energy, that incredible power, and just funnels it directly into the machine. That is nuts. Didn't expect the Space Angels to push the Jovian team so far. Okay, so that's what the chapter title is meant. Reduced to such a pitiful state. Huh. Oh, they're gonna pop his head. They're gonna pop his head open and stick him in. Come on, Zazie, I believe in you. Come on. I don't know if they'll really be able to win, but I'm hoping for it. Blow up. Slim down. Oh, God. Sorry. Okay, slim down. Implosion fists. Alright, I'll allow it because he's the one saying it. It really does feel like reading Seinen One Piece now. It's gotta be Alita, right? It's either her or someone else has to come in. There's no way this ends like this. Is he installing it within himself? No, he doesn't understand. So what is this? Is this... Like, my immediate thought is this could be Alita. And like, that'd be a cool way to enter, but it'd also be very strange. And this fist is too muscular. So I think it might be yet another Nova. Like, buff Nova this time. Nope, never mind. It's Alita. She's looking good. Reconstructing her body from scratch is far beyond the capabilities of the brain biochip. I think it's, what was his name? Melchizedek? You know who I'm trying to say. I assume he must have given her, like, additional information on how to reconstruct her entire body. Or, actually, it might be Karmatronic. In the same way that, using her brain, at the very start, Nova was able to have her reconstruct her entire body the way she saw fit. In the same way, like, because it's made out of... maybe. Also, I just realized this is phase 69, so this volume is over. I need to stop. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop myself. Wow. Alright, so... Yeah, and that makes so much more sense, because the volume ends with Alita bursting out. Like, the last volume ended with Alita's death, and potential rebirth, like that very last glimmer of lights. You know, her relighting her flame. And then this ends with her finally coming back, 100%. So beautiful. It really is. I thought the other subplots were really cool. I'm interested to see more of Zeka. Like, the Zeka / Zex thing is, I think, the thing I'm looking forward to the most. Alita's whole story is, like, I know it's going to be finished at some point. Like, I know that we're going to get something satisfying with that. So I guess I'm more focused on the Zex thing because he's a side character. As much as I have faith that he'll be treated well, I don't have proof. And so I would like to give it a little time. And I really hope that it's done justice. Anyways, I don't have much else to say about this volume. Wow, what a volume, though. I have nothing else to speculate about, so that's it. Bye for now. Nya nya.